sends, whoops one forward. Pesitao making a run. Dawood getting there. He's isolated. Looks for support. Pesitao laying the ball. Yusumat! Bills Mountains. Bills Mountains. Dawi had done all the job and really laid the ball perfectly towards him. Kuliso Mudau playing the ball now towards Mosele. Early ball from him. Offside given against Pesitao. That has to be another tight one, I have to say. It's got to be another tight decision against Pesitao. Oh, he just went offside. The refereeing has been brilliant, I've got to say, in this game today. Bar that one incident in South Africa could have considered a penalty. But the referee allowed and said it's just going to be a goal kick. So the only player who's playing his football in Morocco is on the field of play. Yahia Atiyat Allah, the new champions. Widat, he plays for that team. There are two players who are based in Morocco, but none of those are on the field of play at the moment. One for Raja, one for First Rabat. Good turn, Yusuf Mad. Long ball, Pesitao. This time he's onside. He does get there. Pesi, Muzitao's Pele is calling for the ball. He decides to go for glory. There were two players to play the ball to. He decided to go for glory, where the best option was to play the ball to the players coming from deep. It's a man who wants to score a goal. He's just scored in a while for South Africa by Pesitao. And that's the reason why he's trying so hard to find the back of the net. But here comes Morocco. Forward they go again into the penalty area. Fajir calling for the ball, but giving here towards Unai. Back again towards penalty area this time. Amin on the far side of the field. Harit Amin. Ashraf Hakimi. Harit Amin laying the ball short this time to Unai. Harit Amin in possession once again. Laying the ball short, it is Amala. Allah to Amala. Good ball, good pass, good turn, and good recovery once again from the South Africans. Allah to Amala. Too much and the ball goes behind. Percy last scored for South Africa on the 25th of March. In a 1-1 draw against Ghana. That's the last time he scored for the South Africans. Look at that again. Look at the reflex save from Ronan Williams. Oh, beautiful. Could have been 4, could have been 5. That's that moment again for Pesitao. He decided to go for glory when he could have played the ball to players coming from deep to get to him. He's got 13 goals for the national team, Pesitao. Joined on the scoring charts with a 13 he scored. Where Faspuso Zuma, 3 behind Siyabonga Nomvete, and 5 behind Phil Masinga, 10 behind Katlego Mpela and Bernard Parker. Both have scored 23 goals. And he's 16 behind Sean Bartlett, 18 behind Benny McCarthy, the all-time top goal scorer for South Africa. We are now in the final 5 minutes of this, final 10 minutes of this game. Still 1-1 the scoreline between the two nations. So too are playing their game today against South Africa in Dobsonville. So the card going out to South Africa. Plays Ronan Williams. For time wasting. Pesitao, the only player trying to get the ball back for South Africa. Morocco building from the back throughout. That's what they've done since the beginning of this game. Ball goes out. South African throw in this time. Hakimi. That is the South African ball. Laleke will take. Laleke will take. Because Zimbabwe is no longer part of these qualifiers. South Africa will take on Liberia home and away. Then they will host Morocco in their match as well. Hakimi for Morocco looks up. 2 players to aim for in the penalty. The third one arriving. There's one lurking just outside the penalty area. But Hakimi does go for a cross in. And the ball just been missed. Another opportunity for Morocco. Here they come. It is Hamid. Hamid! Pulls it wide. Harit Amin. Ball goes wide. Corner kick will be to Morocco. Step overs from him, and a shot that he took to deflection goes out for a corner kick for the Moroccans. 1-1 the scoreline remains. Long ball, headed down, goes out of play. But look at the picture or the face of the player who was brought in by Morocco. It is not number 11 who came on, it is in fact number 17, Ayouk El-Kabi. And football for Hatayspor previously was a regular. So remember watching him playing his football in Morocco previously in the CAF Champions League, where he played previously for Wydad. Now he's playing his football in Turkey. Yusuf Mat. Free kick given to the South Africans. 9 moments of this encounter. South Africa holding Morocco to 1-0 draw in Morocco. Chancin, long ball played in, cleared away. From a high point of view, long balls will be cleared easy by the Moroccans. Harit Amin, early ball from him, does get to El-Nesri. Good recovery, and the ball eventually goes out of play. Referee's calling for a stretcher in this encounter. We are now left to 6 minutes before we come to the end of the match. South Africa and Morocco still playing to a 1-1 draw between the two nations. Still 1-1 draw between the two nations. Tough days, worked very hard, I've got to say today, talking about Tiban Pete has worked very hard at the back for South Africans. Restless fans, they want more. I don't think they want to settle for a draw here. They want more since they're playing at home at the moment against South Africa. They're looking for more goals in this encounter. Long ball in again. Ron Williams comes out and collects. Watile Jacobs. I have to say, Morocco will know it was their show against Ron Williams for majority of today's encounter. Done exceptionally well. Pesitau gets a long ball. Does get to him, but he's isolated and goes down.
Mezzotswele metlhano ya bofelo jaaka o tlhalosa Bruno ba yetse Morocco gore monono se fela yo ba memfa pele ga phenyo fa gare ga bone le phenyo mo letsatsing la gompieno e leng jalo le kawana le la Ron Williams a re bone jaaka ba tlhatsela ba tla bona mo metsing ya bofelo fela motsereganye ha ne ba tipeletsa gore ke penalty fela motsereganye ha ba tikita tlhogo gore ga go mona mo kokolla njalo a re a gona mo kokolla njalo me go thusa botlhoko thata segolo thata jang fa nako e tsamafa la bolonosiwa seo se ka roba ba Afrika Borwa dipelo kgotsa bone baagi ba Morocco dipelo fa le go tlana le no mo motshamekong ga jana. Yusuf Mart Kholisho mo letlhakore la Afrika Borwa, Kholisho Modau o dirile sentle fa morago ga fa ile gore no mo fa kwa out of 10 Ronald Williams ke mo fa robedi kgotsa ke mo fe robongwe mme monna yo bona kgona ya boepela robot ke ne ke fetsa go rakare go ka utlwisa botlhoko thata hel kabiayop go roba dipelo tsa maaforika borwa jaaka o bona boididi ga ba roba dipelo tsa maaforika borwa dimilione di feta 55 tsa aforika borwa mo metsotsong ya bofelo ke ne ke go raya kere go ka utlwisa botlhoko thata fa go tla nna le nong mo motshamekong bona Yusuf Mahart a na reletse a tsaya kgwele a e tshamekela jalo mo bogareng jwa lebala ba e tsaya ba e romela a romela jalo ke mona wa Haritamin banna ba le babedi ba ba tswang kwa bankeng tumagano ya bone a tsaya kgwele wa e romela ya kopana le El Kabi Ayop a se kaukauka a tsaya kgwele yao a iatlanya le letloa ya bo nna gore naga ya Morocco 1 Afrika Borwa roba dipelo tsa Afrika Borwa bana ba Morocco monna tswa kwa bankeng a nosano ya bobedi fela potso ke gore a tla bo Afrika Borwa kabila le jalo ga ke bone jalo ga ke bone ba ka boa ka ntlha ya kgatelelo e ntsetsentswe ke setlhopha sa Morocco jaanong ke bao ba bone se ba neng ba se batla ba re pelotso e boela mannong matla sa gagwe o se bone ke se se diragalang jalo Morocco kgona go bona jaanong ba ratile balatedi baagi ba naga ya Morocco jaanong ba semola go kgotsofala ba khotsofeletse no ya bobedi ra ile kare la tlhagetswe gangwe fela mo metshamekong e le 12 monna yo ka kwa Bosnia Herzegovina kile a katisa le naga ya Japan gareng ka dinaga tsa di katisitseng Kateseyo Valet Vahit Tota Halil Hodzik bona nno ya bone e robile Afrika Borwa dipelo fela mothakare nako yone ile diragatsa jalo phetogo Afrika Borwa ga mmogo le yone naga ye Afrika Borwa ba diragatsa phetogo di le pedi ka ba ipotsa gore ke tsa eng tota diphetogo tseo le kawana la Amala Selim yo dirang tiro kwa Standard League nekete wa tswa ke itse ora ona tswa fela hlongwane wa tsena ka fa tlhakore la Afrika Borwa bongo go tlhongwane nako yone fedile motho etso e ke yone nete e tsena bara ba P4 nako e fedile Moreno na rifile me o boa tsaya monosi wa no ya ntlha monna wa Yusuf me go tsena jalo Faikal wa tsena go tswile jalo Yusuf Afrika Borwa le bone ba dira phetogo di le pedi Koleso modao ye gore le kare o dirile sentle go ya ka nna mo motshamekong me ke go tsene jalo Sydney Mobi hela bonnete ke gore metsotso le sumaro bongwe fedile jaaka o bona jalo mo setshwantshong sa gago gore metsotso le sumaro bongwe fedile e bile re taboga mo motsotsong wa ntlha le halofo re bone ba sireletsa kwa morago naga ya Morocco ya go tloswa le tatlhelo ya Afrika Borwa kgwileo ya go tloswa le tatlhelo ya Afrika Borwa kgwileo bone remo metsotsong ya bofelo mme fela ba tle ba re le mo metsotsong ya bofelo mo dira dibi wa tsena kwa le godimong fela re a re palama motsotso wa bobedi wa metsotswele motsotso wa bobedi mo nakong ya tlaleletso nako ngwe le ngwe motshameko o tla ya bokhutlong fela Afrika Borwa ba tlogetse motshameko o ba ka bane ba sireleditse nne ba bone mo motsotsong wa ntlha minile leto le letele thata go tswa mo nnong e ba inusitse go fitlhela mo motsotsong o re le mo gone fela le ka kgatelelo e setlhopha sa Morocco ba ne ba itisa mo Afrika Borwa one o kgona go lemoga gore ba ka thubega nako ngwe le ngwe bona Faikal o e tshamekela mo go Ashraf le ka go tsekela loto kwa morago ba re yaka ba senya kgwele Afrika Borwa matseraganya ba ka ile phoso ka tlala Afrika Borwa matseraganye ha ba ka ile phoso ka tlala Afrika Borwa kgwele ba go e tlhoma a ba e tlosetse ke lebeletse jaanong matseraganye nako ngwe le ngwe motshameko o tla ya kwa bokhutlong ba tsena le bokoso ba re ba fetsa re mo motsotsong wa boraro fela fa moraga kgwele motshameko o tla bo ya bokhutlong ya solo fela fa moraga nako ye motshameko o tla bo ya bokhutlong ke yone nno ya bobedi bona Ronald Williams Afrika Borwa ba ba romela mo lebokoso la ditene ba iatarla kwa morago bono ba iatarla kwa morago bono re metse fela motseraganye jaanong re metse motseraganye gore a fetse motshameko e re go nna jalo motho wetsho a ba kokomotsa mafatla a bodula phala gangwe gabedi gararo a ka bokhutlo tsa motshameko 2 setlhopha sa Morocco 1 Afrika Borwa motho wetsho re kopana gape mo nakong e tlang.
Me moment. Try the delicious cheeseburger or the jalapeno chicken burger at only 29 Rand 90 for each small meal. Nazo.
Please note that the official date for analog television switch-off is imminent. If you're still watching television through an aerial, please take the following steps to continue watching your favorite programs on the SABC. Buy a digital tuner for your analog TV set and get connected. Buy any digital television decoder, either satellite or digital terrestrial, and get connected. Buy a smart television and connect through an aerial. If you can't afford any of the above, please contact your nearest post office for more information on how to connect. For more information, please WhatsApp 0600 625 458 or call 0860 736 832.
Next time on Gospel Classics.
Mayetheka uzolunga usuke kuqondile.
It is the love of God that has kept us through even the darkest of times.
Gospel Classics every Sunday at 4 p.m. on SABC2.
Mzansi football is about to change forever.
Football is freedom. Let's just go there and enjoy ourselves. Let's play. There's nothing impossible. We just go there and win the game.
Crunching tackles. tackles and lightning pace have a new face. Istande, Zamaya, and Ishibobo will be executed with perfection. Tactics will come alive with excellence and precision, just by the players you're yet to meet. Our names will be known from KwaZulu to the Free State. Our names will be praised from the Table Mountain to the hills of Venda. Because this time around, we, the women of Mzansi, take to the field. We're taking Idiski to new heights. Our home is football, and we love it here.
Double save! A double save!
Catch all the action of the Hollywood Bets Super League live on SABC 1, S3, DTT, and also available on Telkom 1. SABC Sport is the home of football.
Risk everything, fear nothing, no regrets. Play hard or don't play at all, and rise to the top. Catch the finest of local talent in the Heritage Rugby, Saturdays at 3 p.m. Live on SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4, OpenView 124, and also available on Telkom 1.
Well, the hope that was, the promise of what could have been a brilliant game from the start that South Africa had did not live up to it. Kodwa-ke umusubuka kahle nasi stats phambi kwakho ila ubona khona ukuthi ayicha iMzansi Afrika azange ibe khona ezingeni la iMorocco ifikele khona. How to molebelela position lebelore hara ehweja kannete coach our position in Asia rona ne re mathisa ball.
Yeah, we were running behind the ball, Andile, and khumana gore re kitimisa ball. Even Liheri Khuma, we don't have key players that will help us retain possession in important spaces because
we don't have, or they weren't doing that. Because I'm going to say, isn't Lodge that player?
We didn't have, because he was always lost in transition. Because whenever we were trying to defend, he comes back to defend, but he doesn't get to the ball. Whenever we win it, he's late to join the attack.
Togi, here's the biggest point here. And I mean, I think back to the games that I watch and we do here on the regular and the DSTV Premiership.
Yes.
And we're used to stats like this. We get on an international stage now. Total attempts, 29 from Morocco. On target, which means the amount of goals that could have gone in that Ronwen Williams had to save. You're talking about 10 versus 5 attempts and only 1 on target from South Africa.
That target actually goal.
Here, goal.
Only.
That's the only time.
You remember the stats that we had prior to the kickoff, the W's. And I said, how do we then weigh our opportunities and chances when we win our game? Because at home, we scored 1 against Zimbabwe. At home, we scored 1 against Ghana. It was evident that there is no formula that we can dissect, that we can take the game to our opponents. So, that on its own, on target. So clearly, coach Uti, Maushawa ngesibhayekela, tina besivimba nje. Shoot it's like best block and Joguti singabi TKO knockout.
Because I'm Superior, when you take a look at the fact that you're not doing anything up front.
No.
We weren't seeing what Percy Tau was giving up front, perhaps not his base. I mean, playing as a lone striker as well. We could possibly ask the question on, was it a right thing to play him alone up front in the way that he did?
But Andy, let's all be honest. Let's be honest and let's talk football. Like, Foster, he scored a beautiful goal.
He did.
And then he closed the shop. That was it.
And
the legs were gone. The legs were gone. You couldn't even give us option when we're in possession. Because no, I'm coming.
Okay.
I don't want you to land pace. But let's talk football.
No, we're talking about up front though, Doug.
When we have possession, the reason why we couldn't even combine up until the final third, or that goal we scored, it was evident, but what time was it when we scored the ball?
Well,
they had legs. Then after that, both of them were finished.
Now, okay, this is the goal that we're talking about. It comes from a beautiful pass in the midfield, of course. And,
look at the clock. Look at the clock.
8th minute.
8th minute. Then that was it. Thank you very much.
So that's all from Lyle Foster.
That was it.
So that's his contribution to the match.
But I think it's unfair to judge him like that because right now, information here was not allowing him to have enough support because Tawe and Lodge were not joining him on time.
Yeah.
And whenever he had the ball, even if he would have fell, Morocco would have recovered. Because look at him, he's running alone, he's going there, and then we stop running. Lodge is jogging behind him.
Percy's even further back.
Percy's even further back. If he would have fell, we wouldn't have been able to regain position again. So that is one challenge. The second one is that in our 4-3-3, it was not working. We were overloaded in midfield because it was 3 versus 4. In that midfield, which made it difficult for Lyle to get a number 10 that was going to support him. Who was supposed to be a number 10 behind him? It was, and we had 2 10s in this case, which was Ustole and Upete, because Musele was playing behind them.
Classy player, that's true.
But unfortunate for him, he's classy in all that he has, but he was playing very defensive. We saw at the end of the game, he ended up playing as 3 of the center backs there, because now the coach said in the first half we saw Morocco was playing a 4-4-2, and in 4-4-2 they were playing with a diamond with 2 up top, and the flanks were open. That's why Lake could not handle anything that was coming from Hakim.
So in my understanding of what both of you are saying, Doggy and Coach, is that yes, we weren't great up front, but because of how we set up for the 2 players up front, which is Percy and Foster. Is that what we're saying? Okay, then let's move on to where we also weren't great. Defensively, it's easy to look at what we did defensively and then go to Lyle Lake on the left, you know, best defender in the DStv Premiership, and say, why is it that all the defense is coming from you? Why is it that he train yadlula nje la ngwena?
And it's unfair ukuthi sithi train yadlula lapha kuyena, because there was so much of an overload on the right side of Morocco, because Hakim was coming from behind. Kulula andile ukuma kumuntu umenaye 1v1, but if a person is coming from behind, it's difficult. Look at this. Right now we look like we are in control because we had the ball in our own half. As soon as you lose possession in your own half, you are subject to this, because you have the ball, you become disorganized. And in us being disorganized is because our line of attack also, we are not attacking in a sense where we are able to support each other, be ready, and have rest defense. Unfortunate for Morocco here, they couldn't capitalize.
So, like Coach
this
is it. Now, look at how they dissect them. 3, but between pass 1. Now, this was supposed to have been resolved earlier. Let's take care of the situation, because we're playing away, we're playing experienced players. Let's reserve the energy by doing what? Let's play the formation that fits the players, because always they are caught in a line, and the very same Lake, that is poor Lake there, he's looking at the ball where it's played, he's going there. Now the ball is coming back, he has to go back again.
Doc, here's the other challenge that made it difficult for Lake. Whoever that was passing Hakim, so it means Tinimpompi Besingayvali. Impompi Besingayvali, and why Besingayvali Impompi? Because Hakim and the 2 strikers up front were getting supply from somebody.
If a coach is watching this, this has been a classic example and a perfect execution of what we call an overloaded wing.
Yes, it was an overloaded wing. Now, the coach is saying they're using the fullback to add numbers. They're using the false number 9, that is in the diamond, Maba Ateka or add 3. So it becomes 3v2. So now we needed to be able to deal with the final third, Maba Figa Lapana, because they were forcing us to go back, but also when we go back, they use the wings.
All right, look, we're going to cut it for now. We're going to come back. We're going to take a very quick ad break. It ended 2-1. South Africa not getting that 1 point that was so needed away from home. But they did say, the 2 in studio, Coach as well as Doggy, that it would end at 2-1.
So the Midget Edge is an exploration of the continent.
So it's taking the traditions, adding a bit of flair, and the rest is history.
I think it just taught me that there's nothing wrong with Africa.
Holy cow, Vusi put African cuisine on the map.
What he can cook on the fire, it's mind-blowing.
I'm Vusi Ndlovu, and this is my secret sauce.
That's The Secret Sauce, Wednesdays, 18:30 on S3.
the lights come on and flash.
What they need most of all, Jenny, is some luck.
And action got underway, but look at this car. It's a very different and challenging role.
Oh, Taylor's rolled!
W-Series, the world's first female-only racing series.
This time, it supports the global circus of Formula One.
We go green, very good start. Sainz goes to the inside too. It's a historic day for Porsche as they take their first Formula E win.
Please note that the official date for analog television switch off is imminent. If you're still watching television through an aerial, please take the following steps to continue watching your favorite programs on the SABC. Buy a digital tuner for your analog TV set and get connected. Buy any digital television decoder, either satellite or digital terrestrial, and get connected. Buy a smart television and connect through an aerial. If you can't afford any of the above, please contact your nearest post office for more information on how to connect. For more information, please WhatsApp 0600 625 458 or call 0860 736 832.
If you're just joining us, well, you missed what was a brilliant game, a brilliant didactic nature of teaching from the Moroccans on how you overload a side and beat a team. South Africa just had no response for that overloaded side that kept coming and coming. It was 1-0 at the first half, and then in the second half, that's when the goals came.
Bekulula ngoba we were not compact enough and we were not covering each other on time. If we did that, it was going to be easy. It's how quickly they change point of attack.
Yes.
It started from the right side, it came to the left side. From the left side, it went back to the right side. And look how quick, split seconds when that happens. And that's how you destabilize, that's how you score a goal against the lowest block. Because we brought 6 back. And in that 6, we were not picking up, we were not pressing on the ball, we were not looking and anticipating where the ball was going to land.
Because now, in the box, as we speak now, there's 4 players.
Amrabat has all the time in the world to make that pass.
Coach, can I ask you a question, Coach? In this regard, let's look at it like this. The ball is floated into the 6-yard area. Wouldn't have the keeper tried to...
There's something brilliant that striker did. Agahedelanga goalkeeper. He usete teammate, and there was nothing a goalkeeper could have done.
Speaking of the goalkeeper, Ronald Williams' performance today. Bearing in mind, 10 shots on target, only 2 going in. Yes. Bearing in mind that every time they went down either side, they were on goal.
No, but he was brilliant, obviously. That's the reason why he's been selected to do the job. And I must say that, unfortunately, we didn't compliment what he did. But
it's hard when you've conceded 2, I guess, as a goalkeeper. Is it not to say, yeah, he did well, but, he conceded 2 still?
Yeah, but probably it would have been worse. Because, we're talking about 29 attempts.
Yeah.
10 on target.
Yeah.
So, the score is 2-1. It would have been worse.
I'm going to take a very quick break. When we come back, there was the second goal that broke many a South African's heart. Dr. Kumalo in the studio kept looking at that time and his head kept lowering and lowering, the hope disappearing from Emerson Daughter.
Can you please reveal our main ingredients?
What is this?
What is this? What is this?
This month on our kids slot.
Do you know what's up for grabs?
The title of the unsinkable clause this year, which we are gonna grab.
We are talking about all things futuristic and digital and how it can shape a better future for tomorrow's youth.
Does your technology work like the wings of a morpho butterfly?
Well, today's show is all about using technology to create change and make a difference in our world.
What's 27 minus 4 times 3?
Kids Slot, weekdays at 4 p.m. on S3.
No trial and execution in history has had such a momentous outcome as that of Jesus. His execution, some believe, little short of murder. The culprits, Caiaphas, high priest of the great temple, Roman governor Pontius Pilate, and surprisingly, Jesus himself. He was seen as a threat to the Roman Empire, and the Romans feared an uprising.
If he would do that, we don't know what he will do next.
From the story of Jesus to the book of Revelation, some believe it's a guide to one of the greatest riddles of all, a date for the end of the world. Who wrote this final chapter, and why did he foresee this horrific end? New evidence will be examined.
This is viewed as another example of an uncannily precise prophecy being fulfilled.
Bible Mysteries, Sunday morning at 11 on 2.
Please note that the official date for analog television switch off is imminent. If you're still watching television through an aerial, please take the following steps to continue watching your favorite programs on the SABC. Buy a digital tuner for your analog TV set and get connected. Buy any digital television decoder, either satellite or digital terrestrial, and get connected. Buy a smart television and connect through an aerial. If you can't afford any of the above, please contact your nearest post office for more information on how to connect. For more information, please WhatsApp 0600 625 458 or call 0860 736 832.
2-1 was the final score out in Morocco. It is Bafana, the South African national team that went to Morocco to try and qualify for the Ivory Coast. Doc, it's hard to watch it even. Mart losing the ball there as he slips. Mudau is gone, obviously, because it was a point of attack.
You cannot afford to lose possession inside, in the middle of the park, because we are in an attacking mode. So it's like you're driving a car in a 200 speed. Then the next thing, all of a sudden, handbrake. Clearly, you're going to crash. So now this is what happened. Where you should have played easy because Mudau was already gone. The back four, they've already pushed up. Loss of position, they counter. The right back here to Ibingeko, plus minus Sitole.
Here, this goal gives me my prediction, Andile, to say we can draw or we can lose 2-1. I usually hear this term, countering the counter.
Yeah.
Umuta won the ball and he wanted to go on a counter attack. He gave a pass to Mart and he opened up to say, give me a 1-2.
Yes.
But instead, you've killed that counter attack. Now, because these guys are experienced and they want to punish you on your mistakes, and they almost did in the first half, they countered the counter attack that South Africa tried to do. But Winnie Polo and went laumutawangeko corner. This is what we call countering the counter. And when you go forward and you make sure you punish,
When you take a look at the goal scorer, he's a man who scored 18 goals with 2 assists this season. So he wasn't missing that.
And remember, the bench, Iguinelama game. And this guy is coming from the bench. And he scores the goal.
Take a quick break again. When we come back on the other side, I want to show it to you again. The stats page. I think they tell the story of the game we've just watched. Proudly brought to you, of course, by SABC Sport. Let's take a quick break.
Greatest Dancer Studio.
Dancers from all over the country, of any age or dance style, are getting ready for the biggest audition of their lives. And it starts here, in the Greatest Dancer Studios. But this is an audition and a studio like no other.
If you're ready, heart is open, I'll be waiting, come find me.
Because voting from behind the mirror is an audience deciding their fate. Can the dancers win 75% of their vote and open the mirror? The Greatest Dancer, Sunday 6:30, only on 2.
These new fathers are about to get a new experience. Welcome to baby school.
Baby's sucking milk out your boob. What's wrong?
How's this work?
I don't want to be down there when the baby comes out because I don't like blood. Really don't like it. I faint at the sight of blood.
So I held the top of the head and I just pulled them out. It's not a feeling like you've ever had before, but once you've had it, it is a buzz.
How ready is he to experience childbirth?
I'm not ready for this.
But it's all worth it, right? Don't just stand there. I'm having your baby. Friday on 2.
Morocco could seal all of this if they win their next match, which is in a couple of days, of course. But once again, if you want to see where South Africa is versus Guti Morocco, total attempts, 29 for Morocco, 5 for South Africa, 10 on target. That's Ronwen Williams territory. Only 1 for South Africa. What does it look like at the moment? Morocco, of course, they've got 3 points. South Africa right at the bottom because they played a match with nothing. The next match we're going to see now is Morocco versus Liberia. Morocco win that. They've got 6 points. They're as good as gone. Then it's between Liberia and South Africa. Of course, those matches then take place with them here at home on the 19th, the 27th, and the 20th. That last game. By the time we get to Morocco in that game, we must have 6 points. Doggy, are we fine?
Yeah. We have to bring our A game, and I think our technical team, they've learned the lesson. So go back to the drawing board, bring us in A game. Please.
We need to bring in players that will be able to play different formations, because the reason we lost or we were unable to salvage a point was because we did not have the personnel to deny them time and space on the ball.
So those players are not part of the team?
Maybe
so go get other players.
Maybe they are part of the team, but it means coach tactics as well to say.
Hey,
before coach ends up, Bumele akwazi ukushintsha formation before ends up.
Thank you.
Into ebalulekile la.
Yes.
Thank you so much, South Africa, for joining us. SABC Sport, we promised you we'd bring you more football. We promised you we'd be the home of all things sport right here in South Africa. We're delivering. I'm Andy Ngobe. She is Coach Shorty. Next to her, Umtogis. Pela.